We'll get you some of these.
I'm going to go ahead and hit record before I forget.
Oh, no.
Sometimes I forget to do that, Chad.
I know.
Sometimes I'm 30 minutes in.
Never.
And I forget to hit record. I did it on the Kalash Bash episode.
I saw that.
I was like, damn it. We had such a good intro, too. You never can recreate it the second time.
No, because you try, and then in the act of trying, you try too hard, and then you fall on your face, and you sound like an idiot.
Yep. You start fumbling the words. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's start it. We'll just do it by the seat of our pants.
Mission First Tactical is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade.
I don't think you've seen this intro, Chad. All right, lead heads. Welcome back to the Talking Lead podcast. I am your host, Lefty, bringing you all the lead-education. And this is May the 1st. This is the first day of May. So this will be our first May episode. We should have waited till the 5th. We could have done a Cinco de Mayo show.
Or May the 4th be with you.
That's true. That's May the 4th be with you. I've never celebrated that, but I always get the text from my homies and my
you
cousins.
You are clearly not a good Star Wars fan, then.
That's a complete lie. Every May 4th, he wears his Chewbacca outfit and walks around in public.
You're not supposed to tell people that. I've got a Darth Vader one I'm going to wear this year. I'm going to what's that? Cosplay. I'm going to cosplay on.
We've actually got the perfect gun for Darth Vader.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is that the one we're going to talk about today?
No.
You got a different? Okay, well, we'll talk about that.
Remember, Chad, copyright infringement.
Yeah, I know.
You just got to do it as a parody. Then you can do it, right? As long as it's a parody.
I don't know. All I'm saying is we have a pistol called a Rival S Dark Side.
That we do.
I don't think there's any copyright infringement there.
Zero.
At all.
Absolutely none whatsoever.
Unless you do a logo that's maybe got something.
And Nils uses the good guy version to go win world championships and stuff. So
yeah, I use the light side. I've used the dark side though. I've won a couple of national championships using the dark side.
You've gone to the dark side. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, in the steel frame. So the Rival S, my main gun is the dark side.
Nice.
Well, we'll talk about that. So Leadheads, welcome in. As you can hear the voices in the background, I'm sure they're familiar to you, longtime Leadheads. We've got our good buddy joining us all the way from Florida, ladies and gentlemen. And it's been a minute since we had him on the show, and my apologies for not having him on the previous episode. That was an oversight on my part. Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Enos. Chad, welcome in.
Thanks, everybody. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you, too. Also joining us this special episode, because he's going to be the man that can break it all down for us on what we're going to be talking about today, is none other than world champion, ladies and gentlemen. Are you like how many different countries are you a champion in?
Well, I'm the champion of champions in the United States of America, but I've won larger matches. I've won larger matches in other places as well. So I've won the European IDPA Championship. I've won the IPSC Handgun National Championship. So I've been all over the place. I've won a whole bunch of stuff, and I shoot pistols mostly. So yeah,
there you go. No skills, Nils Jonasson, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome in.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you joining us. This is like your third or fourth time on too, so I'm excited to have you on.
Talk to you.
Especially
as he's more well known at matches by most ROs, he's Nils Johansson.
Johansson.
Yeah, so my name has some like a Scandinavian background, and in the U.S. it's pronounced differently than it is in Norway or Sweden. So yeah, every once in a while there'd be some people that pronounce it bang on, but most of the time it's way off. And that's all right.
Is it Jonasson? Do you do it with a Y?
So it's actually a fun segue. So CANiK and Nils have a lot of similarities, right? So in the Slavic world, it's Nils Jonasson, but in America it's Nils Jonasson, because letters mean things in America. Just like CANiK. Technically in Turkish, it's CANiK. But in the US, we're here to sell guns, not correct people's grammar. So it sounds like a C, all right? It's CANiK.
People know what you're talking about, typically.
Exactly.
Unless you say CANiK, then they're going to be like, what? In America.
Right. Now, the people that say that, they're not technically wrong. So you can't fault them for it because they are correct. But in the US, a C sounds like a C.
There you go. A C is a C. I don't know where they get a J for a C, though. You know, I don't get it.
Trust me, when you try and learn Turkish, it's a bigger problem than you might think.
Now, have you learned a lot of Turkish since being with CANiK?
I know like 10 or 12 words. So I know more Turkish than French, but that's about it.
What's been the most useful word that you've learned in Turkish?
I mean, the most used word is probably teşekkür, which is thank you, essentially.
Okay.
So
if
you
polite,
want to be,
being polite.
if you want to be like super gracious and like emphasize that, you'd be like, thank you very much, or be super appreciative. You could say something like şok teşekkürler, which is essentially like, thank you very much.
Testicular. What?
That's what I heard too.
And any Turkish people that watch this, they're like, that's not how it's pronounced. And you're probably right.
Yeah. So shoot me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com, with your complaints, and I'll forward them on to Nils.
There you go. Or comment on this YouTube if we throw it up on YouTube. So there you go.
So fuck YouTube. I go to Rumble. I do everything on Rumble now. So
interesting. Okay. Well, then comment on Rumble, I guess.
You know, you got to stand your ground. I don't believe in YouTube. I don't like their values. I don't like their system. So they don't get my content anymore. As you're hearing this, it's probably still up, but I'm in the process of doing away completely with YouTube. If you follow or listen on YouTube, go to Rumble. It's free, and we're there, and you find us at Talking Lead. I think if you just type it all in, Talking Lead, one word together, it comes up easier for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, but you're on YouTube, and that's fine if you want to be on YouTube.
But there are a lot of people and podcasts and stuff like that transitioning over to Rumble because it's not restrictive when it comes to the Second Amendment community and when we talk about guns and everything like that. So I totally get it. I support it.
And
100%.
it has nothing to do with the monetization on YouTube because I've never made a dime on YouTube anyway. So it has nothing to do with that whatsoever. And I'm not making anything on Rumble either. So if you would, go follow us on Rumble. And hopefully CANiK will eventually start a Rumble, and Nils will start a Rumble and start moving their content over there and support somebody who supports free speech.
Yes.
That's
there you
all.
Go.
That's all I'm saying.
That's not all you're saying, but
yeah,
it's very important.
You got to read between the lines, under the lines. But
Whiskey River Beef, farm to table with a twist. Come along with us on a quest towards achieving self-sufficiency in food production and fostering a robust local food source to promote good health. Stock up with premium Tennessee beef, unparalleled in flavor and tenderness. You can be confident that you're receiving beef with no added growth hormones or implants. Always pasture-raised, locally USDA processed, and shipped straight to your home. Whiskey River Beef is grass and whiskey mash fed and finished, and is at least 14 days dry aged to enhance the tenderness and give you the most robust flavor imaginable. Go to whiskeyriverbeef.com today to order. Visit us on Instagram at Whiskey River Life and on Facebook at Whiskey River Beef LLC. Whiskey River Beef is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade.
But welcome in, guys. I appreciate you coming in. We've got a special topic that we're going to be talking about today. The new CANiK, the TTI Combat. And I'm sure you guys have heard all the buzz. and we're going to talk about it here on the show. So thanks to Chad and Nils for coming on. But before we do that,
and don't forget,
wait,
our new red dot as well. So this is the CANiK MO2 red dot. So don't forget all the cool stuff.
See, I didn't.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Chad had mentioned I don't have one of those, and this isn't my gun either. This is I borrowed this from Drew. Everybody knows social having Drew. So he was kind enough to brave the Nashville traffic this morning and meet me to give me this so I could have it specially for this show for you leadheads. So thanks, Drew. Appreciate it. He was like really stressed out too because traffic was so bad. He was cussing. You know, he's got the baby coming. He's got the new house. So he was like at his wit's end. Bless his heart. So before we get into that, leadheads, make sure you go and support all those that make this show possible. Our new official tactical accessory provider for the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade is Mission First Tactical. So make sure you go visit Mission First Tactical. Use the code LEADHEAD, and you're going to get 20% off all your purchases from Mission First Tactical. And they've got the new translucent magazines. I don't know if you guys are into the translucent magazines or not. But they've
just
got
saw those at the 2A Collective, and they're really cool.
I don't know who that is, but yeah. You can get them at Mission First Tactical. I don't know all the different colors they have, but they have a bunch.
Shooting event up in Georgia this past weekend.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that too.
They were there displaying all their stuff. They make some awesome stuff. I was at their booth for probably an hour.
At Mission First?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good guys there. The new belly band holster for you concealed carriers who like to go carrying with your shorts or when you're exercising. The new belly band, and I don't have it here. It's in my room. I was using it this past weekend. I went to Gatlinburg. I took a trip to Gatlinburg this weekend.
Nils needs that for when he's out running with his extra short silkies on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's something to see.
And it makes you look slim too. It's like one of those girdles. Is that what they're called? A little girdle?
I definitely need one of those.
Holds that extra belly fat in there. But
perfect.
But go to Mission First Tactical, show them the love, let them know how much you appreciate them being the official tactical accessory provider for the Talking Lead podcast with all their AR accessories, with the handrails, the grips, the sights. They've got some new pop-up sights available. Lots and lots of things. The drinkware, you always see me using their drinkware. So this is the season to get your beverages nice, cold, and frothy. So use that code. Don't know how much you appreciate it. And then NRA's coming up. We're going to be at the Pioneer Arms Corps booth. I don't remember the number exactly, but you can find it if you're going to be there. I think I got it written down here. There'll be a little kiosk there somewhere. Are you guys going to have a booth there with Century and CANiK?
Oh, yeah.
Is that it? Oh, yeah. What are you going to be doing? You're going to be doing some giveaways? You're going to have some special people there?
Absolutely. Nils will be there signing babies and, whatever else you want signed.
You're going to do some dry fire demonstrations? You know
how the CANiK Century booth is. It's usually where the party is. It's kind of party central. We've got a lot of entertainment lined up and some great influencers that are going to come by and take the stage. We actually have a stage with a PA, and we usually go nuts and have a great time. We give a ton of stuff away, including a bunch of firearms. So be sure you.
That's usually where the secondary party is. The primary party is where the lead quarters is, and that's going to be at booth 11531 at the Pioneer Arms Corps booth.
Well,
but then you guys can spill over and take the after party to CANiK's booth.
We need to figure out the geography and figure out how far away those booths are, and
we need to combine our powers, definitely
coordinate just a little bit.
I'm down with that. So we're going to be giving away a gun every day at the Pioneer Arms booth, and I got word that the new Hell Puppy could possibly be one of those giveaways. Definitely a PM63, the old com block pistol there, and possibly a PPS 43, and maybe a 5.56 underfolder. I don't know the specifics yet, but those are the buzzwords that I've been hearing. So
nice. Well, don't take anything I say as fact, but we're gonna do at least 2, maybe even 3 gun giveaways a day, and one of those guns will probably be one of the CANiK TTI Combats. Maybe one of those guns will be the Rival S.
That is awesome.
I mean, I think those names would be in there somewhere. So absolutely.
Yeah, you guys are insane about giving guns away. Like you do give like 2 or 3 away every day at these events, and that's amazing. I love that.
Well, it's a fun thing to help drive traffic and that sort of thing, but it's also a way for us to give back to the shooting community that's been so generous to us, right? So 100%. We wouldn't be in the position we are right now without the shooting market as a whole. So without the customers that support our product, that love our product, we wouldn't exist. So it's our way of saying thank you and giving back to them.
Yeah, and I think that's why a lot of the companies do that, is just to give back, say thank you. Appreciate you being a customer, being a supporter of the Second Amendment, and and thanks for making the effort to come to Dallas. It's a nightmare to get in and out of Dallas.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know. Southwest has direct flights into Dallas all day, every day, so I'm not complaining.
I'm driving.
To give some sort of confirmation to that fact that we give stuff away at these shows, to give back to actual customers. We can say that with confidence, and I'm sure all these other manufacturers that do the same thing can say that with confidence as well, because I know that in my only experience with a trade show has been SHOT Show with CANiK and Century since I'm new at the company. But I tell you, just about every person that came to our booth immediately started to tell me which CANiK they owned or which Century firearms they owned. So they were already customers, right? So yeah, it goes a long way when we're able to give back to those people, and to the people that come up to us that, that maybe they heard about the TTI Combat, or maybe they heard, the party going on and all the music and all the yelling that goes on in our booth. Maybe they wandered over there, and it's a nice opportunity to introduce them to our family, both in our product family, and also the people that work there. Everybody is super generous and very helpful. And so these trade shows are an opportunity for us to bring more people into the fold, and then thank those that are already part of it. So.
Absolutely, and especially NRA, because that is the customer right there.
Yeah,
those are the people who are spending the money.
End user shows. They're my favorite. I like going to these range events. Just came back from Savannah range event, the 2A collective up there. It was really cool. It's such a great opportunity to get face to face with the people that are either potential customers, like I said, or people that already own your product and they're coming by to see the new thing. And then there's brand new shooters that come through. I know Nils is very generous with his time. When he's at these certain events and training people, teaching them how to handle firearms safely and all that. And at this last event, we had a 50-yard target and a 100-yard target. That's all we had, and we had all these CANiK pistols. But I was getting brand new shooters to learn how to grip the pistol properly, learn trigger control and trigger prep and all that stuff. And in the look on their face when they hit a 100-yard target with a 9mm pistol was just priceless. So I love doing those type of events.
Instant gratification.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I love those. So that event that you went to, the 2A collective, is that a new thing, or what is that?
Brand new. Yeah, it was brand new this year. So the turnout wasn't exactly what, you would hope for at one of those events, but it was extremely well organized.
Better organized than Sturgis?
Yes. Yeah. Way more organized than that. But yeah, it was a top-notch event for sure. And hoping that next year they've got a lot more time to promote it and to really show off what they had. So awesome event. All the guys that put that together did a great job. And
is that a manufactured put on event, or is that
it is? It's kind of for anybody that's never been to a range day event. It typically get as many manufacturers involved as you possibly can for the firing line. So this was a kind of a pay-to-play event. So I think there were $50 and $70 tickets you could buy. The $70 tickets, I'm not sure what extra that offered. I think it might have been like early entrance into the event. And you got to do some stuff with influencers and things like that. And then the $50 was just like a general admission ticket where you come in and you get to shoot all day long, all the guns you want, all the ammo you want at all the manufacturers that you want. And on the other side of the shooting bays, they had either the manufacturers that have a firing line set up. They could set up like a tent across where you could sell accessories, do giveaways and all that type of stuff. So it was basically just one long line of firing line, and on the other side of the street was one long line of just products and accessories and stuff you could look through. And like I said, do giveaways, enter raffles, and purchase things.
Sounds fun. But who was the actual entity that is behind it? Who's the producer?
Sean, what's Sean's last name?
Sean?
I forget Sean's last name, but I know he works with Recoil.
Okay. So not necessarily Recoil, but that guy that's with Recoil?
Yeah. I'll get his last name and you can annotate it.
Okay.
For life, I can't remember. But yeah, I think he still works for Recoil, or maybe a former Recoil employee, but yeah, he put it together.
Gotcha. And that was where? That was
in it was just south of Savannah, Georgia.
Okay. So
2A Collective is the, if you want to look them up, 2acollective.com.
Definitely look them up. There's a lot of events coming up this year. Not only like range day events, but Nils, the 3-gun competitions are kind of ramping up. Are you going to? How many of those you entered in this year so far?
So right now I'm registered for one more multi-gun match, and it's the USPSA Multi-Gun National Championship in Minnesota, and that'll be in July, I believe.
Okay.
So I'm not as big into 3-gun as I used to be, but I usually shoot 2 or 3 major 3-gun matches a year still.
Yeah. So your main bread and butter is just the pistol comps?
Well, when CANiK starts manufacturing an AR-15, Chad,
I mean,
maybe that'll change. But yeah, I'm primarily a pistol guy, have been for the last 20 years. So yes.
I got my BFT-47. You can borrow it any time.
Yeah, I don't think there's any rules in those that say you can't use an AK, Nils. Come on.
Well, he'd have to shoot the heavy division.
There you go.
There's 5.56 AKs.
That's true. We do have the BFT 5.56 as well coming out.
Just saying. No excuses. All right, so we're going to talk about this new TTI Combat, but before we do that, there's this little business that we got to take care of first, Chad. You know what that is?
The something train?
Jack wagons.
Look, Nils knows. So
I know.
Gunny, bring that train.
I've actually...
I cut you off, sorry. Sorry, Nils, I cut you off, but Gunny's bringing that train in. It's an emergency because we've got some big jack wagons to take care of.
Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the talking lead jack wagon of the week, so brace yourself, baby.
Coming in hot, the talking lead jack wagon train. If you've got jack wagons, nominations, email them to me, talkingled@gmail.com. Want to hear who's been a jack wagon in your life. And I'm going to kick us off. I'm going to start us off. So I went to the Great Smoky Mountains this past weekend. Just a little pop-up trip going up there. Had a really good time. There's this steakhouse up there called Cherokee Steakhouse. You guys ever been up there, Gatlinburg?
I've been to Gatlinburg, not Cherokee.
Okay, you got to go to the Cherokee Steakhouse. And they've got this. Their steaks are amazing, for one. Really good steaks. And I always get the filet, and there's this special sauce they have. It's a sun-dried tomato mushroom sauce. And it's to die for. Absolutely the best you'll ever put in your mouth. You're going to want to order like some extra bread and biscuits so you can sop up that gravy that you got.
You're such a Tennessee guy.
It's so good. So I'm just jumping to the heroes, and I'm saying the Cherokee Steakhouse is my heroes. I'm putting them on the Lead Force One as heroes because I don't know how many years I've been going up there, but the Cherokee Steakhouse is a mainstay. It's been up there for years, and it's consistent. They're consistent with their food, and the quality of the food is really good.
Nice.
But anyway, so, driving there, driving back, driving around town, my jack wagon are people who clog up intersections, who try to squeeze in, those last two cars when that light's getting ready to change, and they never make it. And then the people it's their turn to go can't go because these jack wagons have not paid attention, or they're just dicks, basically just dicks, and they're trying to pull out. And also people who abide by the law and they see that it's backed up and they don't pull out even though the light's green and they know they're going to back it up, but they stay there, and then the assholes behind them are honking their horns, yelling at them to not go. Assholes. There's a law. You're not supposed to back up the intersection. Go ahead.
I'll take it up a notch. So sometimes the guy behind that's honking will go around that car and then find himself stuck in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah, he'll go and he'll block because he's an asshole.
Yeah,
because he's an
that
asshole.
That actually happened to me this morning. I'm in South Florida now, so
yeah.
And I didn't get stuck in the middle. I couldn't go across the intersection because some jack wagon was stopped in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah, it was your turn to go, but the prior people had backed it up 3 or 4 cars.
Yeah.
Just be courteous and considerate. Traffic will move a lot better if you don't do that. You'll get to your destination the same amount of time.
Situational awareness.
I feel like traffic could have its own section in your show. So yes, it's people that back up the intersections. It's the people that can't scissor merge. Like when 2 lanes become 1 lane.
Yes.
This is car on the right, car on the left, car on the right, car on the left. It's really not that hard.
And
it's
you
not
rotate.
Rocket science.
You just
exactly.
rotate.
You alternate left, right, left, right.
Yeah.
No. You got to pass on the far right side.
Yeah, those people that won't let you over and they get up on the guys in front of you bumper so you can't get over. What's the point? I mean, you're
That's
not
the
going
benefit
anywhere.
of driving a shitty car. You just make them merge.
And good insurance, right? Shitty cars and good insurance. So yes, if you're that person, if you're that big of a damn hurry, then you need to not be in midday, super traffic. You need to time your exits and your come and goes better. Is all I'm going to say.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
You need to not be a jackwagon.
Don't be a jackwagon about it. Be courteous. That's all I'm saying. What about you guys? You got any jackwagons? Anyone or anything
Chad?
That maybe has...
I've got some, but I'll let Chad go first.
Okay. So my jackwagon may be my hero.
Ah,
wow.
Now we're talking about traffic. That person that is sitting in their car at a red light and they're going like this, scrolling through their phone, checking their feed, zooming in on chicks or dudes or whatever on Instagram. Like they're just like buried in their phone. The light turns green. And then you kind of give a little polite little bump on your horn. You're not laying on the horn. You give them a little bump, and they don't even acknowledge it or whatever. And then when you finally do have to honk the horn and acknowledge it, they get mad at you
and flip you off.
Like, dude, I've been sitting at a green light for 15 seconds because you can't put your phone down and pay attention to traffic. However, that guy could be my hero if he's on CANiKUSA.com or CenturyArms.com and he's actually like scrolling through and buying stuff off our website.
Still not the place to do that while you're driving.
I love it. Wow.
No, it's not. But yeah, so this happens. I mean, I know it happens everywhere. We all 3 of us, we travel around a bit, so we get to see it. But man, I'm telling you, by far the worst cases of people with their faces buried in their phones is in South Florida. It's so bad.
It's pretty bad here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, too. I see it.
It's not better in Phoenix, Arizona, I'll tell you that.
It's pretty bad everywhere. Those phones, I'm telling you, man, we are addicted to them. They're like crack. So what about you, Nils? You got a good one?
I mean, so I've got a hero, and then I've got a couple of jack wagons.
Okay.
So recently, my local shooting club, Rosalado Sportsman's Club, had the U.S. IPSC Handgun National Championship. And so it's one of the biggest matches our range has ever hosted. We had over 600 competitors. So it's a huge deal. Lots of people come in from out of town. And there are the match directors and the staff and the ROs, and they all deserve a bunch of thanks. But there is a guy, he's about 70 years old. His name is Rich Mackey, and he is essentially the match build foreman for not only this match, but also the Area 2 Championship, the Superstition 3-gun Championship, the Western States Production and Single Stack Championship. So he builds all of these matches every single year. And I don't think people either know his name or how much work and time he puts into it. And so here's a thanks to Rich Mackey, who does more work than anyone should ever do for shooting.
That's a massive
American hero.
No kidding.
I couldn't
Absolutely.
imagine that.
And then I've got two jack wagons. One is people that don't return their carts in parking lots after they come out of Costco or Walmart or whatever. Hate those people. Like, you're such an important person that you don't have to, wheel your cart 5 yards to put it away. So
there's like 50 of them in the rows now. They've got like 3 or 4 that you can go to that.
And sometimes these jack wagons leave it in the middle of a parking spot. So like you're driving around, you're trying to find a parking spot, and like, oh, there's one, and you go to pull in and there's a shopping cart right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Just sitting right there. I think
that's a really good one, Nils.
And then my last one, and then I'll be done, is Chat GPT.
What is that?
So I'd never used it before, and I was in the process of doing a YouTube video, and I wanted to essentially figure out a clever way to randomly select people to win some patches that I was giving away, right? So I'm like, comment in the video, I'll take your comment and, randomize it in a week. So I had Chat GPT do this. So there were 76 comments, and I had it randomize this. Do you know how long it took Chat GPT to do this for me?
An hour?
Way longer than it should have. It would have been faster for me to learn to download Excel and learn Excel than have Chat GPT do this crap for me. It took me like half an hour to generate
go to Google,
something actually usable.
Just go to Google and say number randomizers. And it'll...
Yeah, but all right, so it was a little more complicated. I wanted to shoot this target with an airsoft gun, and I wanted to get a little creative. But long story short, Chat GPT sucks for some stuff.
I've never used it. I don't know what it is. So. Or maybe I have, and I didn't know I was using it. Some of that stuff is so integrated with everything else that I don't even know if I'm using it or not. I might be using it right now. We might be using Chat GPT. Is that what it is?
I just want to
Chat GT. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say that they're jack wagons just for that name. I mean, that's hard to say and probably hard to remember.
What does it stand? Does it stand for something?
It stands for something. Yeah.
GBT.
I don't know what it is. GPT.
GPT.
Yes,
yeah.
I don't know. It's some AI random number generator thing.
Okay. We use number generator, and we're going to use one of those today. So maybe we can use your Chat PGT to
pick a winner. Do, I'll let you do it and have fun.
we better get it started now, apparently.
Right. Go ahead and start warming it up because we are going to take your listener questions. I did make a post, let you guys know that Nils and Chad were going to be on today and that we're going to be talking about the TTI Combat. So we got a lot of response for that, a lot of participation. As you know, you have to participate on this show to win items. You have to listen to know if you won because I don't contact winners, and that's how you win. So we're going to give away some stuff today, this episode.
Introducing our new belly band holster. Whether you're hitting the gym or running a quick errand, our belly band is one of the most comfortable and safest ways to carry your firearm. The center section allows you to carry most common pistols. Left or right-handed, this has you covered. A hard laminate trigger shield protects the firearm's trigger from unwanted intrusion, giving you ease of mind while carrying every day. 2 elastic sleeves give you the flexibility to carry other everyday items, such as spare mags, flashlight, knife, or pepper spray. 2 zippered pockets run on both sides, offering the option to carry smaller items such as money, cards, or keys. Flush fit on your lower back or waist, easily keeping your setup discreet no matter how you choose to carry. Utilizing 3D spacer mesh, these channels allow for exceptional and efficient airflow, giving you maximum comfort and keeping you cool. Carry whenever you want, how you want, with our new belly band holster. Available now.
Go to missionfirsttactical.com, use the code LEADHEAD for an exclusive listener-only 20% discount.
I don't have any more jack wagons. One more hero, and I forgot to mention last episode, is Dan with Firebird Targets, the owner of Firebird Targets. He took me for a very cool helicopter ride, and I got to get a little stick time in his helicopter also while I was down in Texas visiting Firebird Targets a couple of weeks ago. So
nice.
Dan,
Hey, speaking of Firebird Targets, can I bring up a quick point
Please.
for actually it's a solution for ton.
Okay.
You guys they were talking about how, it's kind of difficult at some of these range events to do the Firebird Targets to demonstrate them in all the bays because they have to call the line cold, they have to go out, they have to reset them all, et cetera, et cetera. Drone drops.
Ooh.
Put the Firebird Targets in some sort of, I don't know, little bean bags or something that are, like a high vis color. Fly a drone in and just keep dropping them in all the bays as the event's going on.
A little resupply
That's
drop.
An awesome idea.
Yeah, like a resupply drop of Firebird Targets.
Well, I think what his issue wasn't that, but was having to shut the range down cold to go and reset them.
That's what I'm saying. So you just keep dropping them. You don't have to reset anything. You just send the drone back up. When they're all
with
shot
a target, with a target, just drop a target that's already got it on it. Okay.
Yeah. You put the stuff inside. That's what we did. We use Firebird Targets to blow up like fruit and stuff. So
yeah,
we just stack.
We used them.
In there
we used them to launch the new Talking Lead logo. We used the Firebird Targets.
So that's what you do. You get, you can either buy a bunch of little bean bags from Amazon or whatever, all different colors, and do whatever you want. I don't know. Put Firebirds on them, and then drop them in the bays as the day goes on.
Well, I like the idea of the clay pigeons and just having a clay pigeon shoot with the Firebird Targets on it.
That too.
Yeah, because we did that while I was down there too. We shot the pigeons with the Firebird Targets on it, and that was the most fun.
Yeah, that's good for shotguns, but for the people shooting rifles and pistols and stuff, you want to be able to like drop them at the back of the bays or in the middle of the bay or wherever you want.
I like it. Or Dan could just fly his helicopter and just do drops from his helicopter.
That's a lot of fuel.
It is a lot of fuel.
And I definitely wouldn't be flying a helicopter over a range like that on one of these range days.
I've seen some people shoot over those berms, and those berms are pretty high.
Occasionally they do.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good suggestion. We'll make sure. I'm sure he will listen to this and he will hear that. So you're probably going to get a call from Ton, Chad.
All right, I'll just text him. Hey, we figured out a solution.
There you go. He'll probably hop on right now if you text him quick enough.
And whoever the drone operator is for that day, they'd be having a great time.
Right. You get.
I think it'd be fun to just fly a drone around, and
get a little stick time.
Firebird Targets around.
I dig it. Yeah. I'm not opposed to that. So we're gonna try to have a range day in September, just a listener appreciation, Talking Lead listener appreciation range day down in Daytona. So maybe we'll try something like that down there. That'd be
awesome.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
As long as it doesn't coincide with the Inter World shoot.
When's that?
I think it's gonna be the end of September next year.
Yeah.
Next year. Okay, that shouldn't interfere because we're looking at this year, early September.
Okay, good.
Try to.
Nils and I are going to go. Nils and I are going to go up there. We're gonna fight it out for 25 grand.
There we go. 1-2, you and me, Chad.
All right.
Do you have to qualify for that, or can anybody just go and shoot for the 25 grand?
For an entry fee of a couple $100, you too can qualify for the NRA World Shooting Championship.
Is that all it takes? Is $200?
Pretty sure.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll go too.
All right.
Maybe we'll make it a three-way competition. I'm not a bad shot.
Don't make it weird.
I'm not a bad shot.
Yeah, but Marty, you and I don't have a chance. You know that.
I know.
We'll just be having fun.
It's fun talking about it.
I didn't win this year. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did they have it this year? Is that why you didn't win?
They had it for the first time in, I think, 4 or 5 years. So the last time was 2019, before all the COVID craziness happened. And then this year, 2024, was the first year they finally started back with it. So yes.
Yeah. And sort of luck of the draw, I followed Nils' squad around, and it's just it was one of those situations. The weather was terrible while they were trying to do precision shooting, and then people that came in when the weather was really nice, they were shooting all the stuff that didn't really necessarily need to be precise, and so they were shooting all the precision stuff while it was really nice out. So just kind of luck of the draw, and it's kind of the same with pretty much any match. So, sometimes you get stuck on the long range stage when there's a 30-mile-an-hour crosswind, and then sometimes you get on the long range stage and it's perfect. But yeah. So Nils' squad, everybody that shot that day, it was tough. It was really hard, but a super fun match though. I think
every stage I shot, the Chad saw me shoot. He's like, "Yeah, that was all right. Pretty sure I could beat you."
Yeah, right. No, Nils could obviously certainly win that whole thing. He's very talented pro shooter, and
so the gentleman that actually won the event, his son won high junior also. So he's got a whole little family of shooters.
So it's in the genes.
So it's pretty cool to see.
Who was it?
I know.
Who was that?
You know what?
Remember his name?
Off the top of my head.
The last name's
I blocked it from memory.
Yeah.
So he doesn't exist in my world.
He's dead to me.
Nobody beats Nils.
Super cool guy.
Yeah. Actually, there's a lot of young people. There were some actual kids, but a ton of younger generation of shooters there, and a lot of them were very good. You
probably don't recognize him, but his name is Brian Shanholtz.
Shanholtz, yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't know him before the event, but I got to watch him shoot and his son shoot the precision rifle stage, and they both shot it like it was a freaking machine gun bolt action. It was crazy.
Nice. Yeah. Very good. Now, Chad, you were at the Clash Bash. Yes. Our last episode was a little recap of Clash Bash, and should have had you on. I'm sorry. But I know a lot of the listeners wanted to get your input on Clash Bash as well. So let's do that before we get into the TTI.
Okay. Yeah. So all of the guests that you had on, that was pretty much my posse.
Tracy, Ashley, Ton.
Yeah. So it was awesome. It was, I'd never been before. I always wanted to go back when I worked with that other company. But we didn't have any products, obviously, that I could use to shoot the match, but I still wanted to go to the event and try to be a vendor or something like that. We never got a chance. But so now being at Century, obviously, we're in the AK world. So I actually entered the match, shot the match on Friday. So I did the whole day, the day shoot on Friday. The match, I was telling Nils about this, kind of giving Nils a little bit of a play-by-play via text message because I was so excited. I hadn't shot a match in 4 years, at least 4 years. And I very, very little time on an AK. This is the first time I actually ever ran an AK. Like I did some static shooting, maybe 20 rounds my whole life with an AK.
Was the one you're holding up the one you used?
Yeah. So this is a Century Arms BFT 47. I just put Magpul furniture on it. And this right here,
Duct tape and a
Looks very custom.
tampon.
it is custom. This sheep riser is a pool noodle.
Oh, okay.
And some Walmart duct tape.
Very creative.
I'll explain that in a second. But ran my Vortex Huey, ran like a top. Pretty much went 1 for 1 on all the long range. And the furthest distance was 205, so not that bad. There was a 75-yard spinner target that was extremely difficult to clean. Very few people did it, and most of those people were shooting the heavy division. The 5.56 guys really struggled with it. I think there's a couple on my squad that actually got it over. But BFT 47 ran awesome, and my Vortex optic was great. And it's running it's on a Midwest Industries side mount.
Okay.
Super solid, held 0, awesome.
What
awesome
did you use? Yeah. What ammo did you use?
I was running the.
You're using Red Army?
Yeah, Red Army standard. I think they're 123s, the hollow points. And what else about this gun? Oh, CMC trigger. They were nice enough to send me an awesome AK trigger, and then I've got all Magpul furniture on it, and of course running the.
You need to throw that Midwest Industries handrail on there.
Yeah, I didn't have time to do all that, and I kind of wanted to keep it as light as possible because again, I hadn't shot a match in 4 years.
Yeah,
haven't shot rifles very much, so I didn't want to get gassed out just dragging the rifle around. So
yeah, I don't think they're that heavy though. I don't think the Midwest Industries are.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's probably.
I love the Midwest.
As light as Magpul.
What's that?
I said it's probably as light as the Magpul because that's a lot of polymer on that.
No,
that handguard.
It's pretty light, but I do want to check that out. I did.
Now, Chad, the real question, Chad, though, is how much how much prior notice did you get that you were shooting this AK match?
Very, very short notice. I actually put the rifle together in 3. Actually, I didn't put it together. I was on a trip. I ordered the stuff. Everything that was on the gun and in the gun was here in my office. I kind of frantically called Sam, one of our guys here. He's a pretty great gunsmith, and I was like, dude, could you please do me a favor and throw a BFT 47 together for me? And so he did. And then when I got back from the trip, I had 1 day before I left to go back out to Clash Bash. I just rattle canned the whole thing, so give it some kind of a cool non-black look.
Because you got to have some kind of a theme when you go to Clash Bash. Come on.
Yeah, it's very
can't
themed.
Be plain Jane.
Yeah, the event itself, I mean, everyone can go back and watch that episode with Clay. Those guys, I mean, I started to say this, like I hadn't shot a match in 4 years. I went to that. That's probably one of the most organized matches I've shot. They were extremely efficient, and they took new shooters and jerseyed pros into consideration. So all the stages were very well thought out. They weren't overly complicated, but you did have to have some sort of stage breakdown knowledge to shoot them efficiently. The target, I mean, they just said the perfect amount of targets for the bays, for the size bays that they had there. It was really well done. All the ROs were great. So awesome match. And I know you guys talked about, first time shooters going to a match and how it could be really intimidating.
Yeah.
That match is not intimidating whatsoever. And I know Ton brought up a point with these Jersey guys. He's like, yeah, you go to those matches and the Jersey guys are usually all, jerks and like they make you feel like you're small. I've never experienced that. And there was a time where I used to be a Jersey shooter, and Nils would never in a million years, because first Nils is representing himself, right? But he's also representing CANiK. Like Nils is never going to turn down or, snuff a new shooter at an event. Probably going to take the opportunity to teach them some stuff. That's exactly what happened at Clash Bash. I had 3 or 4 very well-known 3-gun shooters on my squad. And there were guys that literally they almost had no idea which end of the rifle the bullets came out of. And they were there to have a great time, And so those guys walked them through the stages, gave them stage breakdown, gave them safety tips, some guys even like help other guys set up their optics and their guns before the stages to make sure that, you know, that it would go well for them and they'd have a positive experience. So these jerseys guys, they were the exact opposite of jerks, and they were the exact opposite of like guys like out for blood trying to win this match.
I think
like
maybe what Ton was talking about is because he's from the air gun world. Maybe the air gun jersey shooters are a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't know.
But everybody at the match, beginners to professionals and everybody in between, had a great time. I actually learned a handful of things from Aaron Hayes. He shot that match. Great guy. He helped me a lot and helped a lot of the other guys on the squad quite a bit. So it was fun. And they were actually, like, once, you know, 2 or 3 stages in, you kind of get to know who the guys are in your squad, you know, because you can watch them shoot and kind of see what their skill level is. So by stage 3, the pro shooters, when they're doing their stage breakdowns, the Jersey guys, the NASCAR guys, they were going like this. They were waving over all the new guys. Like, come here, we got it broken down. We want to show you guys what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Like, that's unheard of, you know? And you know, like if you're in any other profession, you're not going to show your direct competition how to do something, you know? Like,
well, what's really interesting about these AK matches, Kalash Bash in particular, and I didn't shoot this most recent one, but I did several years ago. And it's probably the most unique match in the sense that you have some pro shooters, so people that travel around the country and shoot a whole bunch of matches, but you also have brand new shooters competing right next to them. So you've got a lot of people that have no idea what they're doing. They like, this might be their first competition ever. So yeah, the Jersey shooters, I mean, one, you want them to have fun, but they also need to be safe. And if they're shooting the stages effectively, it's probably going to help them be safe and have fun. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to shoot with people that are absolutely brand new to competition shooting and kind of show them the ropes.
It's fun, right? And you bring a good point, like with the safety stuff. So the ROs are also at Kalash Bash. The ROs were so accommodating to the new shooters. They took their time with them. They made sure that they understood all the commands before they got to the line. They made sure that the 180 rule, like they were on top of those guys, but not in a way where they were trying to, crowd them, but just to make sure that they were staying safe. And the shooters themselves that were new, they understood that, and they were very appreciative of all the help from the ROs as well.
Nils, you weren't there, right? You didn't go?
No, I had something else going on.
So Chad, as far, I mean, because you've been to a lot of different shooting competitions, different range day events, how would you rank Kalash Bash in all the different events?
It's at the top for sure. I did. Well, Nils also brought up a good point. So, you know, it's AK only, AK oriented stuff only. So it's a huge,
but just as far as atmosphere and.
Yeah, well, I was going to bring up the point. So because it's AK oriented or whatever, everyone there is focused around a certain platform, right? And these guys, they're nerds and they're awesome. Like, so I learned more about AKs from shooting that match and being at that event than I'll probably learn in my professional career here at Century Arms. And I mean, in a very short period of time, and that's the other thing, you know, just as generous as the pro shooters were with the amateur shooters, the amateur shooters that were super nerds about AKs were generous with the information about AKs. You could ask them any questions. They were like Brenneman, like just nonstop information about
vomit
AKs
information.
Yeah, and they were more than willing to help you out and tell you about it. And so it's one of those events where there's just a lot of camaraderie, through A to Z. So
yeah, it is a very tight knit, and maybe it is because it's interest that everybody has in common, you know, with the AKs and the
definitely a common interest for sure. And the way that they put that whole event together, it centers around creativity. You know, like, I mean, you guys talked about on the episode, like so many costumes, and not only that, but they were super creative about the giveaways and the prizes and stuff. And I just think it's a great idea. Like, you know, they talked about doing the face paint stuff. And I thought that was genius. That Clay was like, you know what? Yeah, we'll do the face paint thing, but I want you to spin a wheel, and they only get black and white. You know what I mean?
You get what you get. Yeah.
Yeah, you get what you get. And the people walking around with that face paint, it was awesome.
Didn't they do a tattoo? I don't know if we talked about it or not, but didn't they do a tattoo there too? And you have like 3 or 4 tattoos, and that's the only ones you can get.
Yeah, and they were all AK tattoos, but they were awesome. And in fact, if I'd have known that they were doing that, I probably would have gotten one.
You think you were?
Because whoever that artist was doing a phenomenal
Where would you have
job.
put it?
I don't know, probably here.
Right there?
I don't know.
You got got a free real estate there. Some real estate.
Somewhere on this arm.
You tatted up, Nils? You got any tats?
No, I'm a virgin.
Yeah, I am too. I don't have any either. It would take it would have to be like the most magnanimous, and I would just have to be dying to get a tattoo. I just haven't found that one thing that I want on my body.
The only thing missing from Kalash Bash that really would have really kind of put the icing on the cake is talking lead. Yep, 100%.
But we were there. Evan was there, so Evan was there repping.
He was. Evan always does a great job.
Yeah, he did an excellent job repping, and then Evan's going to be with me at NRA, running the studio with me there. So,
awesome.
Again, everybody come by NRA 11531 is the booth. Pioneer Arms. We're going to be having a giveaway every day, a gun. And we'll have interesting, fun, cool people at the booth. And then we'll probably be over at the CANiK booth, going back and forth too. So,
of course you will.
We always do that. But let's do this because our listeners are dying to hear about it. Let's talk about the new TTI Combat.
Yes.
So I have the website up here. And you guys, did you announce this at NRA or SHOT Show this year?
We did.
Is that when it dropped?
Yep.
So this is your collaboration with Taran Tactical Innovations. He has taken his extreme knowledge of the firearm and competition, and I don't know that he's got any combat experience, but he does have a lot of know-how in how firearms should operate and how they run better. So you've taken a collaboration with him and you put together this awesome CANiK. Not that CANiK wasn't already awesome in its own right by itself, but you've added a whole nother level of coolness to it. So talk about how this collaboration came to be.
Nils?
If you want to.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you even know.
I'm a little fuzzy on the exact timeline. So I know they've worked on it for at least a year. And Taran would have gone back and forth with the R&D team in Turkey, showing them and explaining exactly what he wants, what he needed the gun to do, aspects from other platforms that we already had that he liked. For example, the trigger on it is a direct pull out from the Rival and the Rival S. So it's that flat face aluminum 90-degree brake trigger. He really liked that trigger, so we just ported that right over from the Rival series. But there were some other things that he really wanted to improve on. One of those things being the grip texture. So if you compare the Rival, which is the same as the Mete frame, up against the new CANiK TTI Combat, right away you'll notice a much more positive texture, a much more aggressive texture on that TTI. So it's really grips your hand. So if you're sweating, it's not going to move hardly at all. And then he did a bunch of cool stuff with the cocking serrations up top with the slide. We were able to integrate a direct mount optic system. So before we were really limited on this style optics cut for like the micro red dots.
Yeah.
But with this one, we open up the possibility to direct mount an RMR footprint. So a full size, like big boy optic on here, still keep a co-witness with your iron sights. We have a fiber optic front sight, blacked out rear. Another cool point on this guy is the compensator. So it's directly attached to the barrel, but it's also removable at the same time. And it's a little hard to explain because it is physically on the barrel, and what you see attached to it is kind of like a directional shroud that goes over it. but you can quick detach that off with a simple punch in the front of there, and it rotates 90 or 45 degrees, slips right out of the front of the gun, and then disassembly is like a normal CANiK pistol. So there's no extra steps beyond just a punch to the front, rotate it out to take that gun apart.
And what's the reasoning behind that, would you say?
So with our system and a lot of other systems that have this type of comp design, generally they're threaded on. So there are a couple limitations with that. The main one being for restricted states. There are some states where you can't run a threaded barrel on a handgun. So this allows you to have a removable compensator attachment that is removable, but it's not a threaded barrel. So that opens up those restricted states, and now they can play with the rest of the country and have some cool toys too.
Yeah, and the other great thing about this quick detach comp is that you don't have to worry about timing issues because it's not threaded. It's sort of cammed on there. It's like a camming locking system.
Right.
It's completely proprietary to CANiK. So it's pretty neat. And the barrel, I don't know if Nils mentioned it. I was looking through some emails. The barrel is ported as well. So you've got a single port in the top of the barrel, and then the comp slides right over that.
Okay. Yeah, I see that now. Yeah. Yeah, it is ported.
I mean, the best part
it's
of
also
this,
fluted. You know, it's a fluted barrel.
Yeah, the spiral fluting's it's pretty slick.
So if you want to zoom in on me, I'll show you how to actually do that.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Punch thing, right? So I've got the barrel, or I've got the slide off. You take your guide right out. So your barrel's locked in. So you're just going to punch this forward, a little bit. You're going to come in the front with a punch. Just punch that in, and then this thing just rotates about 45 degrees, pulls straight off.
And then pull straight off.
So this is what's removable. And then your barrel, you now take out of your gun, and your barrel has your slot. So the barrel is technically ported, and then these ridges on here allow this to cam on, and then just click on like that.
Okay.
So that is your quick detach barrel system for the CANiK TTI Combat.
So what he's doing there, Marty, is pushing the punch. And by the way, that punch comes in the CANiK kit.
It does.
It's like a spring-loaded locking mechanism on the front of the compensator. So as you saw, it's extremely simple to open up. So just putting that punch in there, you don't have to really jam it in there, but it's a very light loaded spring. So
pressure loaded in there. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go to CANiKUSA.com, we've got a video up there demoing that as well as a bunch of other. I did a quick start guide for anybody that's just picked up a new CANiK or is interested in it. There you go. Yeah. And we go through pretty much all of the features of the pistol and everything that comes in the box.
So what all comes in the box?
It's a really good hand model you use there.
It's a lot of the value on this thing is incredible. As you know, anybody familiar with Taran Tactical Innovations handguns, they're slow to market because it's a boutique firearm company, right? Taran makes these guns very slowly, and they generally start, I think, around the $2,500 range and go up into the 4,000s.
Little north of there.
Yeah. So they're expensive, beautiful guns, handcrafted, all that stuff. The great thing about this collaboration is that you get a Taran pistol for less than $1,000. The MSRP is $949 on the entire kit. And as you'll see in that video, it comes with just about everything you'll need to go straight to the range, except for ammo, and get started. We also will have a SKU that will ship with the MO3 optic that Nils was showing you guys. And yeah, there's Nils' pistol there. Great optic, 6 MOA dot. It's the largest window to date. You get a direct mount there onto your Combat as well. So we do have a SKU that will ship with that optic, and it will come with all the tools you need to mount it properly.
I like the profile of that optic.
Yeah, it's a very cool looking optic. It's different, and it's extremely rugged. I think Nils has been trying to break it, and he can't.
I've dropped it a couple times by accident, and yes, it's fine.
And is 6 MOA, is that the only variety?
Yeah, currently the only offering is a 6 MOA red dot.
Okay. Yeah. Is that by your suggestion, Nils?
It is.
Okay. I figured it probably was. Makes sense.
It's really easy to pick up. You know, for people that struggle with dots, you see it sometimes in the range, like sometimes it's hard to pick up a 3 MOA dot, or, some optics have really small dots.
And another thing you got to figure, right? So different dot manufacturers, 3 MOA, 6 MOA, 12 MOA, all look different. Yeah. So it's really product specific. It's manufacturer specific. Like a Trijicon SRO, for example, has I think a 1 MOA, maybe a 0.25 MOA, and a 5 MOA. Those differences will look very different than the HoloSun counterpart or the SIG counterpart. Correct. So it's very manufacturer dependent as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, is this a CANiK offering? This red dot?
It is. MECANiK, yep.
Okay. And when you can buy it by itself, I assume?
Yes.
You'll be able to purchase it by itself.
The MSRP on those, I believe, is, Nils, what is it, $240?
Yeah, so they're currently available right now. MSRP is $249.
$249, yeah.
$249, okay. I was trying to find it on your website.
$949 for the TTI Combat kit, $249 for the MECANiK optic, and it's just going to be north of $1,000 for a TTI Combat kit with the optic included. So incredible price for all the stuff that you get. You get this fantastic pistol, fantastic optic, and then everything you need to go to the range, including the tools and cleaning kit and everything else.
Hey, lead heads, just here to talk to you and tell you a little bit about our product. Seal 1 CLP Plus is a bio-based, non-toxic product. It comes in a paste, liquid, aerosol, and pre-saturated bore-specific patches called sealskins. They all do the same thing, just different methods of application. The best way to use our product is to start with a clean firearm. There's two reasons why I say that. First, you start with the Seal 1 CLP Plus by field stripping your firearm and covering the entire firearm inside and out, bore, barrel, everything with the Seal 1 CLP Plus. You'll see how easy it spreads around. You'll want to wait about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you come back and you want to wipe it all off. So you see how easy it is to put on and remove. And the second reason we say to use a clean firearm is you'll find that it's not clean. We're going to pull out more carbon that's been left behind with whatever product you've been using before. Okay, it takes about 3 cleanings, so I like to say a clean shoot, clean shoot, clean shoot, just normal usage before the Seal 1 CLP Plus has removed whatever product that you were using before and has seasoned the firearm. It's kind of like breaking in a cast iron skillet. And after that first cleaning, you will notice a difference. And with each successive cleaning, you will find that it gets easier and easier to clean. Seal 1 CLP Plus is a dry lubricant and is designed to work as such. You will find that malfunctions are virtually eliminated when used properly, because the majority of all malfunctions are caused to carbon buildup. And with the Seal 1 CLP Plus, the carbon does not build up. Seal 1 CLP Plus is safe on all metals, plastics, composites, polymers, rubber, wood, and leather. Seal 1 CLP Plus is a one-and-done formulation. No other products are required or needed to clean and lubricate and protect your firearm. That's why we say Seal 1 and done. Seal 1 is a proud sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade. Use the code LEADHEAD for a 25% off discount.
I'm looking for my phone because I want to go ahead and start pulling up listener questions here. Now, the case itself, too, is a very nice case, and it comes with a personalized case. I don't know if you can see that there. It's got the Taran, the TTI logo.
It's a locking travel hard case.
Yeah.
The case itself, I imagine if you go try to buy one of these cases for a pistol, with the way it's set up, you're probably looking at a $200 case.
Yeah, at least.
That's without the stuff in it.
It's got the latches where it's like a push button lock on it. It's a really nice case.
Yeah. I should mention also, the mags that come with it, they're Mec-Gar made mags, which is industry standard, fantastic magazines, very reliable. And the TTI Combat does come with a +3 extension. So you've got a 21 round magazine. It also comes with an 18 round magazine that also has a Taran base plate on it, that aluminum base plate on it. So two 18 round mags, one of them is a +3. Comes with the gun. You get, as you can see in your box there, you get 3 backstrap options. So large, small, medium, and large. And again, toolkit, cleaning kit, and then there's that awesome challenge coin that is in very high demand right now.
I gave mine away. We went to a birthday party for one of our friends. I went with Andrew, and the guy was a judge. And he was into firearms, and I happened to have my coin. I don't know why I had my coin on me, but I gave it to him. So,
well, I'm just excited you had your coin on you. That's really cool.
I did. I had it on me.
You're showing it off to people. That's awesome.
I was. But this is the basic kit here. This is the one without the optic.
Mm-hmm.
And this is everything you get. What's the little plastic gun? The little.
That's the tool. So that's actually a wrench.
Okay, because
Yep, and all of your drivers and screws and washers are inside the grip. So you slide the base plate off
down here,
and all of your all of your Torx heads are in there.
Okay, I'm not going to take it out. I'll lose all that stuff, and Andrew will be mad at me. Can you order extra mags, or can you order the extensions for these by themselves?
I think you can from Taran's website. I have to confirm that.
Okay.
We don't have those in stock. We do have the magazines in stock, of course, the 18 round magazines with the standard base plates on them. I think you can order the aluminum base plates from TTI.
Okay, you go to TTI possibly.
TaranTacticalInnovations.com.
I'll try to pull that up here in just a minute. But
okay.
Yeah, comes standard with the 2 mags, the tool. You've got the different back straps that you can put on there for your different grips. Now the trigger in this, we talked about it a little bit. Talk a little bit more about the trigger and how this is different than your standard CANiK trigger, because the triggers that come with CANiKs automatically are phenomenal.
Yeah. So on most of our polymer frame pistols, we have a curved polymer trigger as well. So the travel on it is a little bit longer. You'll notice that instead of it being flat and further out, it comes back in closer to the frame. This particular trigger is designed to it's made out of aluminum, and it's designed to break at a flat 90 degrees. So it starts slightly past 90, comes to 90, you hit a very defined wall, and then it breaks at 90 degrees. And then the reset on this trigger is going to be the same physical distance as our standard triggers as well. So it's a super short reset trigger and a very predictable break. But the trigger itself is virtually the same as our CANiK SFX Rival and our Rival S.
So this is your standard.
So that's our standard curved polymer trigger that will be in the standard Mete frames as well as our micro compact.
Okay, cool. I just happen to have one here. Again, another one of Andrew's loaners here. So
the trigger in CANiK pistols is generally the first thing that people are impressed with mechanically about the guns. CANiK pistols look amazing. That's kind of what draws your eye to them. But then when they dry fire them, that's definitely something that everybody talks about, is how great the trigger is, including myself. Like I said, I'm relatively new here at CANiK, and that was something that was a very pleasant surprise to me. I actually thought the first gun that I dry fired, I thought that was actually a drop-in trigger from an aftermarket company. Come to find out, they're just phenomenal triggers in all the guns, including the carry pistols.
So the standard CANiK holster seems to work with the TTI also.
Yeah, oh. most if not all of our standard holsters from CANiK USA should fit the TTI. It's when you start getting into some of the form-fit custom aftermarket holsters where you might run into a little bit of a compatibility issue, just because the slide profile goes all the way to the end of the compensator.
Right.
Where our slide profile on our full-size pistols is generally tapered at the front.
I mean, it pokes out just a little bit, but
yep.
To be clear, every TTI Combat comes with an adjustable holster as well.
Oh, is there a holster in here too?
Yeah, it's adjustable for retention.
Oh.
So if you're competing, you're at the firing line, you loosen it all the way up, and the gun, you can snatch the gun out of there quickly.
Look.
And then to lock the gun back down and get some good retention, there's a couple of clicks that you'll feel.
Look, there's a whole nother level here that I haven't discovered yet. So
yeah.
There's all the coins and all the hidden John Wick stuff down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Okay.
And it's actually a usable holster. I would actually use this holster.
Oh, it's a good
So it's a modified
holster.
version of the holster that came with and still comes with the Rival and the Rival S. Which I've been running in competition for over 2 years. So yes, it's definitely a usable holster. It's won a couple matches.
Yeah, something to point out with all of the extras that come in CANiK boxes, there are nothing in this box is sort of a throwaway marketing tool. A way to get you to look at the value or buy. Everything in this box has a purpose, and it's all usable equipment. So, yeah, that's a spare recoil spring those are for Nils loads.
Yeah, so if you're shooting super light recoil reloads or something like that, the factory springs sometimes are set up for heavier, 124 grain NATO ammo, so high recoiling ammo. If you're running light reloads, a lot of times you want to pop in a lighter recoil spring. Well, for the TTI, we include that from the factory in the packaging. So you get a reduced power recoil spring with the pistol when you buy it.
So you're getting a lot of value for the price here.
Well, people say that all the time, and I used to say that too. But everything in this kit is quality made. So it's not just high value for the price. It's all just great stuff that just happens to be at a great price.
Well, I mean, it sells itself because, again, it's a Taran Tactical Innovations designed gun, and like you said, those start off at $900 and go up to $6,000-$7,000 and up. But they're getting not just the pistol with this for under $1,000, but they're getting extra mags, they're getting the base plates, they're getting the challenge coin, they're getting the tool, they're getting that extra recoil spring. The case itself, that's a couple of $100 case right there by itself.
Yep. I should mention something else too for people behind enemy lines and restrictive states. We will have a SKU for the TTI Combat kit that will include 2 10-round magazines. So we don't want to leave those people out.
No, I'm sure they appreciate that, definitely.
So the barrel is not threaded, and it will come with two 10-round magazines. So they'll get all of the features of the TTI Combat that everyone else gets, except for the ammo capacity.
Now, Nils, I take it that you've got trigger time with this. Talk about, and you've got your own specialized, customized CANiK that you use. I don't know how much customization you've done to yours.
A lot, yes. My competition gun is the Rival S, which is our steel frame. And I probably have $45, $50 worth of mods put into it.
40, $45 or $50. Like, seriously, you haven't modified it that much?
Exactly. So like my only modifications are a stainless steel guide rod that's uncaptured, which allows me to kind of custom tailor my recoil spring to whatever load I've got, and then a reduced power striker spring and reduced power safety plunger spring. Okay. And that's it.
And Nils is winning. He's the world champion running a CANiK. So
yeah,
in some things, yep.
In some things. Let's go to some questions here. And we may have gone over some of these already. Giddy Up says, what is CANiK's overall philosophy and design? It always seems like they have something that is extremely functional, but also attractive as well.
Well, that's it. You just named those two things. That's exactly what we're all about.
That's your philosophy?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'd
Function
also
and
add,
looks.
bringing to market quality custom firearms that are out of the box, affordable, for most people. Again, the TTI Combat is like the flagship for that. So you get this beautiful custom gun, and it's a Taran Tactical branded gun for less than $1,000. So that translates across the board for all SKUs. So you can pick up any of our firearms. You get all the necessary stuff, including the case that you need, for an incredible price.
And I didn't know the holster came with it. And you get a holster too. Look at that.
Yeah.
Get the holster, and it's a really nice holster.
Some of the other models include a holster that is interchangeable from outside carry to inside carry. So you can it comes with the holster. You can conceal carry inside or outside with it. So that's a pretty neat feature as well. So again, you open up the box. All you have to do is buy ammunition and go train with it. Everything else is provided.
I was going to bring up your website here in case we needed to pull some stuff up. Kemosabe 75. What could they have possibly done to improve the trigger on these? I believe CANiK has the absolute best trigger out of the box on the planet. I'm absolutely going to use mine to smoke T. Hayden 83 and our Kablooey Challenge. That's in case you guys don't know, Firebird Targets has this competition. It's called the Kablooey Club Challenge, and Ton and I kicked it off during my trip to Texas, and I challenged him to do 10 targets back to back to back to back on clay pigeons with one shot, hit them all, set them all off.
Nice.
And he did it. And he did it.
I know. I mean, obviously, Nils' heart is in the competition world as well as mine, but I'd like to bring up a point real quick. You're talking about whoever wrote that question,
Kemosabe.
Kemosabe. Great point. Like, it brings up a good point. Getting out there and training with, you can buy all these nice CANiK pistols, or whatever your firearm of choice is. We prefer it to be a CANiK, but go to the range and train with it. And one of the best ways to train is to create a friendly competition with one of your buddies, or go to a local match. And you don't have to shoot the first time you go. Maybe just go and check it out, talk to the shooters. You'll find that most shooting communities, even at local matches, they're very welcoming, and they're very helpful. Like we talked about with Kalash Bash, it's the same pretty much across the board from my experience. But what a great way to get out there and train safely with your brand new pistol. To get out to a local match and just go through the motions of having those guys teach you how to shoot a stage. It's such great practice, and it's a little addicting. So just be ready for that ammo cost. But yeah, it's a really great way to train. And most ranges, as far as I know, they'll do some sort of a pistol match once a month. Sometimes they do it every weekend, depending on the disciplines that they support. So just look into that, your local match, and see if you can get out and check it out and shoot something.
Is there a website that you guys know of right off that the listeners could go to get more information on the local shooting matches?
There are a couple. So what I do is primarily something called USPSA. So it's kind of action pistol shooting, and that's uspsa.org. And they'll have a list of a bunch of different matches in a bunch of different regions around the country. Another really good spot that has all kinds of different matches is practicescore.com. So that'll list practice score. So that'll have USPSA matches, IDPA matches, IPSC matches, PCSL matches, 3-gun matches, everything in the US at least, almost everything runs through practice score.
Absolutely. I would personally, I don't know what Nils' thought on this is, but if you're a new shooter, or just new to competition, I would recommend a USPSA match to start, because you're going to be carrying outside the waistband, and you'll be able to get your draw stroke down a little bit better and kind of go through all of those fundamentals as you go through the stages, and then as you progress, and you get your confidence, maybe look at an IDPA match, because that's going to be more practical shooting with, sort of concealed carry in mind. And they run different scenarios on the stages, that pertain to, concealed carry and defending yourself as well. So I would start at the USPSA local matches, and then maybe try to look into IDPA once you start getting some confidence. Do you agree, Nils, or?
I mean, either place would be a good place to start. I would say just go to a match and watch people shoot and check it out. I know a lot of people are intimidated, and they see some stuff on YouTube. They see videos of like Jerry Micklick or, Ben Stoger or Rob Latham shooting these matches, and they look, like, oh, I could never do that. Well, I mean, maybe not, but go to the range, go to a match, check it out, and just see if it's something you want to do. And I think it probably will be.
Do they allow short people in these competitions?
We do, yeah. Daniel Horner is probably one of the best three-gun shooters ever. He's not much taller than my wife. And there are some short people around here, so yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering. Don't see many.
Yeah, sorry, Dan.
Are all the champions like 6 feet and taller? Is that?
I tell you what.
No,
Daniel Horner's, 5
that's
foot,
true.
I don't know.
True. Yeah, he's a good shooter.
Whatever.
He's incredible.
Literally one of
Daniel.
the best three-gun shooters ever.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, sometimes in matches too, being shorter in stature is actually, it can be something that helps you. And then sometimes being a little taller can help you. So it's kind of a crapshoot on whether or not some of those stages are going to be perfect for your height.
Yeah. Next question, Dave 04947, Dave T 04947. Love the improved stippling and the grip feel. It does have some nice stippling on there. Was disappointed when I got home to find out that not all these kits include the optic. For that price, I thought they'd all be the same setup. Well, we kind of went over that. So do you guys want to elaborate on that at all? Or?
Yeah, again, I'll just reiterate, there will be 2 SKUs. There will be a SKU that comes with the optic, and it's not much more than the package that comes without the optic. So I don't know, maybe Nils may know about production on the optics and why we didn't release that out of the gate, or maybe we did. I'm just unfamiliar.
Well, technically we launched them at SHOT Show. So yeah, I'm not sure on that. It wasn't as hard a launch as the TTI, obviously.
And I will also say, Dave, that maybe you should open up your firearms before you get home to see what all's in them.
Well, I also, I think
just saying,
when we introduced it at SHOT Show, we did introduce them. We showed them with the optic on there, but I think at the time in January, we weren't at full production on the optics just yet. So we released it without the optic, and then and not everyone wants an optic necessarily as well. So that's why we're offering both SKUs.
Gotcha. So just clarify that with your dealer when you're ordering them, that if you're wanting the optic, that it is coming with the optic.
Again, and who asked the question? Dan?
Dave T 04947.
So, Dave, if you want a MECANiK MO3 optic, you can buy one, and they're extremely affordable. So
there you go. Can we give him a discount code?
I don't know. I don't have that power.
Sorry,
Adam.
Sorry, Dave. I was trying to hook you up, buddy.
Well, we'll
maybe
talk to
Adam will give us a discount code for lead heads. We'll see.
Yeah. I don't see why not, but we'll have to confirm that for sure.
Hey, lead heads, Lefty here. Just want to talk to you a little bit about our good friends over at Leo Takedown. Leo Takedown is an advanced takedown platform designed to fit any mil-spec AR-15 or M4 rifle. Discreet carry shouldn't compromise tactical advantage. The Leo Takedown allows the operator to move from discreet carry to ready in seconds. The Leo Takedown allows users to quickly change barrel lengths or calibers in order to adapt to evolving mission demands. It's your rifle. You shouldn't be backed into a corner with proprietary parts in order to have takedown capability. The Leo Takedown requires no proprietary parts and allows the operator to build their own rifle how they want it. The Leo Takedown provides a solid, straight in, straight out, positive lock every time. No hinges, twisting, or handles required. Check out Leo's brand new integrated takedown upper receiver. With our tested and proven takedown coupling now machined into the upper receiver, installation is a breeze. Made in the USA, there is nothing else on the market that compares to this patented technology. See the difference for yourself at leotakedown.com. That's leotakedown.com. Lead heads. Use the code TL10 for 10% off your next order. Leo Takedown is a proud supporter of the Talking Lead podcast and the Leadhead Brigade. T. Hayden, 83. I have to go with a vast majority of the rest. What are going to be some new calibers? I guess there's some caliber questions on here. I don't consider myself a 10 millimeter snob, but I would certainly love to see a CANiK chambered in one. I have an SDFY. I have an SDFY.
I cannot confirm nor deny whether or not we're going to be going with
SFT. Okay.
Multiple calibers of certain products.
He says he has an SFT Medi Pro that is lights out and is rocking a tandem cross comp, and I had to modify to clear the guide rod. All that being said, when can we expect a metal frame version, and how much do I need to give you guys? Hope everyone is well.
Give him my email address. Or no, actually, wait. No, I'll give him my PayPal account. Yeah, just
metal frame in the future.
I mean, I can't say no, but I haven't heard any chatter about that as of yet. We do have the rival.
I can say for sure that we appreciate all of the customer feedback, and when you say things like, "Oh man, I wish it came in steel frame," that's really good information for us to take to our R&D team and figure out what we can do down the road for the future. So it's really good. Thank you for your comments. Keep them coming.
Absolutely. 100%.
Oh, you're going to get comments from the lead heads.
Yeah. And don't be bashful. Like, go nuts. Don't, ask us whatever you want.
I really like it when you guys come out with those themed releases, the paired themed releases, like you did
the
with
Apocalypse. The Apocalypse was cool.
The Miami Night and Day, and then the Apocalypse was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like
CANiK Creations Signature Series. Yeah,
I like it when you guys do that. John Adams III. My question is for Chad. Do we call you CANiK Chad or Chad Century now?
Either one works for me.
Okay, we just call him Chad.
Chad from CANiK, Chad from Century. I
like calling him Evil Knievel.
We're open to all ideas.
Evil
Knievel.
Evil Knievel.
Yeah. I don't know.
Are you healed now? Are you 100% healed? You all good? Looks like you're getting some mass back in your beefers there.
Yeah, it's growing back.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely better. I probably won't ever be the same, but it's I'll probably be at 90% for a while.
Still setting off alarms. Shep Guns. What all too different about... Okay, what all is different about the TTI gun versus an Elite Combat Executive versus regular CANiKs? So what's the TTI got that the Elite Combat Executive doesn't?
Well,
Nils?
So... there are some specific differences. Mechanically, the biggest differences are going to be the integrated compensator, the Elite Combat. I don't know if we're still selling those or not, but they did not have a compensator built into it.
It's been sunsetted, yeah.
Yeah. Also, the Elite Combat, you lost your rear sight when you put an optic on it. The CANiK TTI Combat, you retain your iron sights even when you put a red dot on this pistol. And then the trigger is also another big difference. So the trigger is a very modified version. So it looks physically similar to that Elite Combat trigger, but the Elite Combat trigger starts flat and it breaks past 90 degrees. This trigger breaks at a flat 90 degrees. So
did you say you don't have the Elite Combat anymore?
Yeah, like Chad said, I think it's been sunsetted.
I really wanted one of those. The Executive, I liked it.
I did too, and that's why I know it's sunset.
I've been wanting one of those for a while now. Okay. Next question. Let me get the thing here.
The Mete MC9 is such a great gun, though.
Corey Brown. So where's the swag pack from Kel-Tec for guessing the part? What? So where's the swag pack from Kel-Tec for guessing the part?
That must be a Chad question.
Oh, that was like a long time ago when I did the factory tour. I know what he's talking about. We were at the sub 2000 milling thing, and we said whoever can guess that wins a swag pack. So I guess I need to hit Matt up on that.
Yeah, did he? If he never got it, hit Matt up.
Tongue for twisting. Why and how do CANiK shoot so smooth you don't get that kickback and the follow-up shot is usually on point? Tongue for twisting.
Our R&D team is really good at they've got a whole bunch of like fairy dust and all sorts of stuff going on at the factory. they just kind of pick and choose which like awesome thing to like toss on the sliding barrel before it goes out. You know?
So two things I can say. The grip angle for the CANiKs is a very neutral grip angle. So if you haven't shot a gun before, or if you're coming from something popular like the 1911 platform, it's very similar to that, and it's very easy to pick up, and it's like pointing at something.
Yeah, the balance that you have also with the slide and the barrel length with the grip angle that has a lot to do with
absolutely.
Yeah,
but in addition to that, going back to the trigger, which is one of the things that kind of differentiates the CANiK from a lot of other pistols out there, like that, in my opinion, is why people are so accurate with the pistol. So the mechanical accuracy of the pistol is one thing, but if when you pull the trigger, the sights jump out of the way and the gun's no longer pointed at the target, it doesn't really matter. And the trigger is what allows you to do that consistently. So if you have a good trigger that you can consistently pull, you're going to be accurate with that pistol.
Yeah, your
spring. So to summarize, ergonomics, geometry, weight, and trigger are the biggest things. I think we just
seems like your spring system also comes into play there. I don't know what they've done.
Little bit of wizard dust or fairy dust or whatever they got going on.
What kind of tuning they've done with the spring system, but.
Yeah.
All right. To build on something that Nils was talking about earlier, are there any more partnerships in the works you can discuss? Possibly a rifle? ?
That I'm unaware of.
Possibly a rifle, he asks. FPS Murdoch. A rifle would be nice. So again, to what Nils was saying,
there's this company called Century Arms. They make badass AKs. You should check them out.
And we also import a bunch of awesome rifles too.
We do indeed.
But a CANiK rifle, I get it. The fit and finish on CANiK pistols that we've been talking about this whole episode are just phenomenal. The ergonomics are great.
Let's let them concentrate on what they do best and just keep doing awesome pistols.
Well, I would just like to say, if CANiK did come out with some sort of a carbine, it's going to be a high quality, very accurate carbine with really great fit and finish. So if that
a lot of value for the price,
you'll have something to look forward to. Yeah.
I don't know. I think we should come out and import our belt fed 50 cal gun and set it up for
that's the reason I took the job. So actually, that's a great point. CANiK does make rifles.
Light machine guns.
Yeah.
FPS Murdoch, besides the branding, what sets this CANiK apart from previous designs? I think we've talked about that pretty detailed.
Yeah, if you go on the website, if you went to CANiKUSA.com and look at the TTI Combat, all the information is posted there. You can read it, and you can watch videos and look at the pictures, and it's pretty obvious.
Bonafide Breed, here's another rifle. When you're going to create rifles, he also asks, or comments.
I would ask, what kind of rifles do people want? Let us know. Like, tell us what we should make.
Well, like you said earlier, the more comments, the more feedback that you get on these things.
Yeah.
Go to their Instagram, go to their website, and pose these to them directly.
Yes.
Let's see. Just call me Juan Wick after I pick one of these up. Wanwick. Mustang Perry. Can any of the components that make the TTI unique be purchased separately and added to other CANiK pistols people already own? Great question. Mustang Perry.
Not yet, no. No, except for the, like we said, the base plates. If you go to Taran's website, TTI, you can, I imagine you can buy CANiK base plates. I haven't confirmed that yet. So yeah, but the MO3 optic is not exclusive to the TTI Combat either. Yeah, I think that's about it. The magwell, I'm not sure if that will fit on any other, I don't want to say, because I'm not sure if that'll fit on any other, like if somebody wanted the bronze magwell, I don't know if that will fit on any other models yet. I haven't tried that. But it may.
Oops. Behurst ask. Make sure I didn't end that. Chad, how are you liking your new spot? Will it come in a suppressor-ready setup? What's new from the last models?
Again, we don't have a suppressor-ready setup for the TTI Combat, as far as I know. I love this new position, new company, and new family. I get to work with amazing people such as Nils. My boss, Adam, is great. The ownership here, it's a family-owned company, so that's something I'm familiar with. It's great. The marketing team that I have here is phenomenal. Just a bunch of great, really sharp guys.
Say something nice about Drew.
Most of them are half my age. And yeah, our sales staff, the whole company is just a really great. It's definitely a much larger family than I'm used to. My previous company, it was myself and one other guy, Matt, as you know, that ran the entire marketing department. And here we've got a whole team of people and sales staff and professional shooter, and yeah, there's just a lot of exciting stuff going on here. So I love it.
Flood Munitions. Comparing slide compensators to barrel comps, which is more effective?
Ooh, Nils, what do you got?
I don't know. I would have to pull up data sheets, and yeah, off the top of my head, I wouldn't be able to say.
Personally, you got any personal?
So my main experience with compensators are two different worlds. So one would be on an AR-15 style rifle where you have a big old compensator up front. Those are super effective, but 223, it doesn't recoil that much. So maybe you don't see as much benefit as you would maybe in a pistol. And another would be like full-blown open pistols, which the ones that I have are actually a combination of barrel mounted and like popple holes in the barrel. So sort of a combination of both. So I don't have a direct comparison between the two.
Gotcha.
It's also going to depend on design as well. So port design, barrel length, and even your ammo, the ammo you're using, the comp that the comp design, that kind of thing. I mean, there's a lot of variables.
Nikolai Abplanap. I got to say, I've been nothing but impressed with every CANiK I've picked up and shot. Are there any plans to venture into more calibers? 357, 10 millimeter, 5.7 by 28. We've answered that.
Well, the short answer is yes.
Yeah, we listen to comments, and that's how we build the products that we build. So send us those comments. We hear you. Sometimes it takes time, but
here's another 10 millimeter request.
Hold on. Let's be clear. Nils and I hear you, and then we transfer that information to people that make actual decisions. So
that's right. If you want a 4570 Weatherby drop block, just let us know, and we'll get right on that. But seriously, like if when people say, oh, we want 22, or we want this 10 millimeter, or we want this, 50 AE, like we hear you when you say that. And if enough people want something, we will make it and sell it to you.
And I'd also like to clarify that Nils and I also want all of those things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're not alone, and
it's
we certainly will transfer
it's like
that
CJ said on a couple episodes back. They'll make it if you want to put down the $50,000 to do the molds and do all this other stuff.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But again, enough feedback from everybody. You got to let them know. So you guys got to get together, get.
That's exactly Nils' point.
There are
sure.
CANiK.
Yeah, so
aren't there a CANiK fan sites or something like that? Don't you have like a?
There are several out there.
Yeah, yes. You guys join up on those. Get together. Say, we as the CANiK Club want a 10 millimeter, and if there's 2,000 of you guys, I'm sure they'll probably take it to heart. P-Man 301, is this a limited item or will it be a more permanent offering? That's a great question.
It is a flagship pistol that is a permanent offering.
There you go. So go ahead and get one while you can because they're probably in high demand, but they will continue to make these.
Yeah, so we'll do a preemptive strike on how many, because someone's going to ask, how many are you guys sending out? All of them. The answer is all of them. We are cranking these things out as fast as possible.
Do you have an idea how many a month you're making? You're sending out?
I don't. I'm not even sure I'm allowed to say, but I can tell you it's a lot.
Okay.
I mean, a lot.
So FPS Murdoch says, good question. Like, do I need to get one for Father's Day or can I wait till Christmas?
If you see one in stock for MSRP, I would buy it.
Yes.
Yeah. And P-Man says, definitely Father's Day and maybe Christmas too. Because you may have a special offering for Christmas or something. Maybe you throw in a Christmas ornament or something. Who knows? You just never know.
You could hang that on a tree.
Yeah. A little CANiK TTI patch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not Christmassy. I think that does it for our questions. A lot of these are, we've answered a lot of these. So we're going to do giveaways, and you're going to put together a nice little swag package for one of our lead heads here, Chad and Nils. Correct. Tell them what they're possibly going to win.
Well, we will give them a TTI Combat patch.
That's cool.
Very cool. This hat.
I love the hat. Combat. Turn to the side, too, because it's got something on the side.
Yeah, it's got the
other side.
Which side is it?
Yeah, there.
The TTI logo.
Yeah.
The shirt. This is the one that Nils is modeling for us right now.
Nils has been wearing that today, yeah.
So we will need your shirt size. And then we also have that same shirt in black, which is pretty awesome as well. You could get this shirt and this hat to match, or you can get this shirt and a hat to also match. Yeah. So
you got two outfits. Two outfits, one hat. I love it.
We'll do this swag giveaway, and I will throw in some extras in there that are not shown, so you have a nice little pleasant surprise as well.
Love that. Love that. So let's do Nils's rando whatever. And we've got...
You're going to have to clarify that. Nils is what?
His
This all goes back to chat.
GPS LGBTQ
GTQ
generator that he's got. We've got 30. We got 30. So between 1 and 30, let your GB...
Oh, you want me to do this?
Yeah.
Hold on.
How was I not clear about that?
You're not clear about most things.
All right. Pick a number.
And
by the way, I'm not giving away this exact hat because
come on,
probably stinks.
I
wouldn't do that.
Will you autograph? Will you autograph the one that you send?
No, but you'll get a new one of these.
Okay.
If you want an autograph, ask Nils.
All right. So your random number from Chat GPT is 17.
17. All right. I'm going to start at the top, newest first, including responses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Looks to be bona fide breed. Just call me Wanwick.
Nice.
Nice.
So, Bonafide Breed, you have won the CANiK swag package. And we're going to need your shirt size. Email me, talkinglead@gmail.com, and I will forward that on to Chad, and Chad will take care of you.
talkinglead@gmail.com.
Email me.
Don't forget to email him because he's not going to reach out to you.
I will not. And need your shirt size, need your mailing address, and tell me what you won. Don't just email me and say I won. Tell me what you won, because I do giveaways every episode, sometimes multiple. So there we go. Guys, great episode. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to talk about the new TTI? Maybe things that are coming that the lead heads could be getting geared up and excited for? Because this is the show for exclusives.
Chad, you got anything?
Yeah, we've got some stuff, but I can't talk about it.
Can you tease and give us a hint? Maybe a little hint?
Well, so it sounds like they need to either tune into your show at NRA or swing by the CANiK Century Arms booth at NRA in Dallas, Texas, and check out whatever CANiK might happen to have that is new.
Okay.
There you go.
So, something new dropping at NRA in Dallas. Very cool. So, yeah, we will definitely cover that.
Some things new.
Ooh.
Plural.
Multiple. Who are some of the personalities that you're going to have there? And I'm very reluctant to call people influencers because some people will take offense to that, like myself. I'm not an influencer.
Well, I mean, I don't know why that's such a bad word. I mean, you are an influencer. You influence people. We just influenced a whole bunch of people by giving them a whole bunch of information just now.
Well, those protesters at all these colleges are influencers also, if you want to look at it that way. But
well, if they want to swing by the CANiK booth at NRA, they're more than welcome to.
Yeah.
Oh, so, by the way, jack wagons. I forgot to mention them as jack wagons. All these freaking pro-Palestine protesters that took over UCLA, took over a building at UCLA, and they're not being arrested or anything. Jack wagons.
Crazy times we live in.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, whatever. That's the environment they created.
Yeah.
Do whatever they want with it. So the NRA booth, we will have there's always a party there. We're actually going to have Black Rambo will be there as always, giving away a gold AK, I'm sure at some point. Again, we'll be giving away some TTI Combats. We'll be giving away all sorts of other stuff, tons of swag, tons of patches, hats, you name it. We've got some Such. Such will be there. We'll have Such up on stage. Let's see. I'm not sure who all Andrew has confirmed, but we do have some influencers coming up.
Will he be there? Will TTI be there?
Taran will be there as well.
Oh, there you go.
Nils will be there. We've got a national recording artist from Dallas. She'll be there playing every day, all 3 days for an hour or so. Country artist. Her name's Rachel Stacy. She'll be taking the stage.
Wait a minute, Rachel Stacy?
Yeah, you know Rachel.
I know. I've met Rachel, yeah.
Yep.
She's awesome.
She'll be singing some of her original stuff and some covers.
Very nice.
She's certainly not hard to look at, and she is an absolute incredible singer-songwriter. Like, just
musician.
Incredible.
Yeah, she's a musician every sense of the word.
She's a true musician, yeah. Her voice is just phenomenal. But yeah, so if you go to rachelstacy.com if you want to check her out, she'll be taking the stage.
Is she going to be there all week or all days?
Yep. She'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
We got to get her on the show.
Yeah, she plays mid-afternoon. We'll get her on the show. We'll do another episode.
Yeah.
Before NRA.
Miss her.
Yeah. So yeah, she was super gracious to come do that for us. And again, just come by the booth and the CANiK Century Arms booth. We'll be doing all sorts of crazy stuff and having a great time.
Very cool. And Nils will be there again.
Yep.
So, Nils, do you do autographs If people want to bring their CANiK stuff,
if you want an autograph, I will autograph it.
or can they buy hats or things there? I'm sure you guys are probably going to be giving stuff out too. Can they get your autograph?
So we give a lot of stuff away. I wouldn't be surprised if we have hats. I know we'll have T-shirts. I know we'll have swag and patches and things like that. So yeah, if you want something signed, let me know.
So Nils is a reluctant superstar. he's such a humble guy. In his humility,
which is what makes him so likable. That's what makes him so likable.
Well, yeah, exactly. He was raised right, apparently, but
good rearing.
Yeah, his accomplishments are absolutely incredible, and you would never know it just by going and meeting him. They'd be like, "Hey, I met some guy at CANiK. He was a super nice guy. It turns out he's like world champion shooter. Like that's Nils." So
yeah,
we love it. But yeah, come see Nils. Come ask him questions about competitive shooting. That's his world.
And then go to CANiK. Is it CANiK USA? What's the...
Yep, CANiKUSA.com.
Yeah, go to the website, and all the info on the new TTI is there. There are other firearms that they have, swag, accessories. You guys can get it all there.
Absolutely.
And then their Instagram.
Yeah. One quick note, and we can do an episode on this later as things progress. But we are actually moving our facility. We're opening a huge new facility We're opening a new huge facility in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh.
So we will be manufacturing CANiK pistols and Century Arms items in Florida, USA made.
Very nice. So
yeah,
what's the ETA on that?
Admin is supposed to be moving in this summer at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Manufacturing probably won't start until sometime next year.
Okay. So I'm sure you guys will have some sort of big grand opening affair and soiree for that, huh?
Well, we would all love to. That's going to depend on leadership on whether or not they want that sort of attention drawn to the actual factory itself.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful building. It's 90,000 square feet on the CANiK side and 90,000 square feet on the Century side.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very big.
Well, I'm not saying building. Do it there. I'm just saying to celebrate the opening. You guys probably have some sort of something on your Instagram.
We'll do a press release and an announcement for sure.
Yeah.
But we would love to have a giant party there and bring like
that would be
bunch
great.
Of our industry friends there, but I don't know if they'll let us do that.
Yeah. Management, lawyers, go figure. All right, lead heads, that does it for this episode of the podcast. Make sure you go visit Chad and Nils. Look at their stuff on the grams. Nils, what's your at No Skills Nils? Is that where you're at on the grams?
You got it.
And then Chad, what's your new one?
It's the same as the old one. It's the Chad Enos.
Okay, that's not what it used to be, but it's the Chad Enos at the Chad Enos.
Yeah, it used to be something else, but yeah, you're right. But it's been the Chad Enos for a really long time.
Okay, so at the Chad Enos to follow them personally and see their posts there, and then of course at CANiK USA. There's two. There's a CANiK USA and there's the Turkish CANiK site. Go to the
follow both of them.
Do them both.
And Century Arms.
Yeah, do them both, and hit on the comments sections and the private messages. Inundate them with you want a talking lead discount, so that goes directly to Chad or Adam, not Chad, Adam. That'll give Chad more power. Give Chad more power to be able to get us one. So, or will it?
I'll do what I can.
Okay. All right. We'll do our part. You do your part to get the discount. There you go. All right, lead heads. Make sure you go and support all those that make this show possible. Again, Mission First Tactical. Go there. Use the code LEADHEAD. Get 20% off. Seal 1 and done for all your gun cleaning, lubricating, gun protection. It also protects your knives, your wood stocks. You got AKs with nice, beautiful laminate wood on them like this. It protects them as well. This is a 22 AK, by the way. Very nice AK. Pioneer Arms. Seal One and Done. Use the code LEADHEAD. Get 25% off anything at Seal One on all your orders. If you want the best steaks and beef you've ever put in your mouth, you go to Whiskey River Beef, whiskeyriverbeef.com. Use the code TalkingLead10. You're going to get 10% off any of your purchase there. I've seen some of you lead heads that have filled your freezers full of Whiskey River Beef. Jerry Black just sent a post the other day. It was full. He did a whole half cow or something. But you can do a whole cow, half cow, quarter cow, individual steak cuts. We did some Delmonicos when we went down to Texas with Ton. Cooked up some Delmonicos from Whiskey River Beef. You're not going to be disappointed. So check them out, whiskeyriverbeef.com. And Kel-Tec, go to Kel-Tec, use the code LEADHEAD. You're going to get 10% off. Oh, it's 15% off now. 15% off. Any of your purchases there, not firearms, just any of their accessories. Go to Lockdown. See a nice little gun display wall I've got there. You can go to Lockdown, use the code LEADHEAD, get 15% off any of your purchases there. Kraken gun cases. You've seen me model those on here a few times. They've got that. You've seen the Kraken gun cases, haven't you, Chad?
I've got a handful of them. Yeah, they're awesome.
That's right.
That foam's magical.
The foam is where it's at with these cases. That's kind of what sets them apart. Protects your optics, your guns, anything that you hold precious. All my camera equipment I put in there. What'd you say, ladies?
I said eggs.
Eggs. Yeah, you can protect your eggs, definitely. Use the code TalkingLead, and he's up that to 15%. You're going to get 15% off there. And, of course, Firebird targets. You want the most fun at the range that you can have without taking your clothes off. Firebird targets are where it's at. Use the code TalkingLead15. You're going to get 15% off. And they've got even quieter targets now. They came out with a quieter target because some of the ranges have like sound abatement or whatever. So,
yeah, because anyway,
yeah,
I mean, rifles are really loud. So.
But again, they're listening to the customer base, and that's what the customer wanted, and so they came out with it. But they still have their ultimate, ultra loud ones too that you can get to.
And I tell you what, those targets are no joke, man. They really are fun. They're super fun.
They are. They make a whole nother level of range.
They definitely take your range experience to the next level for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Did I forget anybody? I think that's everybody. So go show everybody the love. Follow them on the grams. We've got more giveaways coming. The new AK Corner this month is going to be dropping the 15th, and we're going to be talking about tanks, of all things.
Awesome.
So be looking for the post for that. We'll probably have another gun. We've been giving away a gun every episode on the Talking Lead AK Corner too. So check that out. And until the next episode, as always, keep your loved ones close.
Keep your CANiKs closer.
What he said.
What that guy said over there. All right, Leadheads, we're out.